How's it going, YouTube? Lawler here, and coming at you with a FIFAe World Cup 2024 recap. Now, I have to be honest with you all, because the Apex was going on and I was running that event, I didn't see anything. I have not watched any of the matches. I don't know the results. I have no clue what went down. So two things. Number one, if there is a series that's a must watch, if there's something that you're like, Lawler, you have to go back and check it out, let me know in the comments down below. Also, I'm going to rely heavily on my chat, as they're going to provide some insight and stuff while we go through the results. You're going to see a live reaction to how things went down. The only thing I do know is who ended up winning, so congratulations to them, because I know it's alluded to them quite a bit. But let's find out what actually happened. See if we've had any big surprises. So for those that don't know, the FIFAe World Cup is a $250,000 event over in Riyadh. The event itself, I heard, looked pretty dang dope. A lot of money being spent, a lot of content creators being paid to watch and support and all that kind of stuff. But from a just kind of a global perspective, this is nations versus nations. USA coming to represent, even though it wasn't the best team, it was the new Gen G coming in and kind of doing their thing. But we saw players, for the most part, represent their country and compete on a global scale, which we've been wanting for a really long time. Between the Intel World Open and everything else that has been stopped due to COVID, we finally got to see international competition for our countries go and perform at a live event. With that in mind, the way that it was broken down is something that a lot of people were concerned about, myself included, because the wording of it was wrong. They said that it was a best of three. It's actually, or a best of two, which you can't do. It was actually a set of two that they ended up playing over multiple series. So we ended up seeing a point draw system based upon after you played each other in a round robin, you got points associated. So you'd play two games. If you went 1-0, or if you went 2-0, 1-1, or 0-2, you then play another series, and whoever did the best performance over that, it ended up being a much better look. And I actually really liked that format. It was cutthroat. It made for some pretty cool tiebreaker scenarios. I think it ended up working out relatively well. So while critical at first, I'm willing to admit, it was the wording that made it problematic for me. But once they finally showed what it was, again, people just mixing up the way that best of and sets and stuff like that sound. But once they got through all that stuff, I think it sounds like it ran pretty dang well. $250,000 prize pool, $50K for first place, which if you guys are seeing the page, it went to Saudi, France in second, Brazil third. The team that I was really keen on in Morocco going fourth. I'm curious on how they took that quarterfinal and then going from there. So some big surprises as well as we take a look at the results. Some of the favorites: Netherlands playing well, Spain playing well, Belgium I think outperforming what my expectation of was. A lot of people very keen on the Chile team and them making a top 8. Good for them. But England and USA dropping short, pretty crazy on that one. The rest I would say pretty much as expected, I would have to say, I think. So I don't think anything too surprising other than like, hey, once you get to quarterfinals, bets are off. Who plays better on the day. Let's take a look more specifically at Group A and then Group B. So if we got a Group A, how did things go down? Saudi going going head to head, keeping it very neutral against, I think this is a pretty surprising result. Spain taking down England, Netherlands going off strong. Yeah, Netherlands starting 6-0. That's pretty huge. I guess my biggest surprise out of all of these is the fact that Belgium performing. I mean, Belgium had a pretty talented team. It was what? Compact, Atau, and Astral. So I mean, Astral's a land god, so maybe not. But Belgium performing pretty dang well. Germany, I'm sure, puts up a fight too with Raziers and the boys. But if you look at results-wise, Saudi going even against Germany, Belgium, and Netherlands, which I forget what my predictions were. Other than that, they swept. Netherlands' only loss came from Belgium. Other than that, that's a really good result from the Netherlands. Australia, to me, underperforming. That's supposed to be the new super team from Australia, and they did not look good. Very much so. I expected them to at least get a win here and there. But Netherlands, I think, overperformed in my opinion. I think they did very well. England performed either one. My issue with England is, like, I know who's on that team, and it's either going to be really, really good or kind of eh. And they decided to go kind of eh this time. But I'm not surprised by these. I'm honestly not surprised. I had Spain up there. Belgium over England is fair, if you really think about it. So yeah, I could see England and Belgium maybe swapping, but Belgium really lived up to their potential. Good for them. I'm very happy for that. Let's check out Group B. Group B on the other side. France, obviously. Brazil, obviously. Morocco, obviously. That fourth spot after we found the changes was either going to be USA, Chile, and then potentially Argentina. Argentina did not look good from the sounds of things. I'm actually, you know what, I shouldn't be surprised by that because obviously you look at who's on it. I expected them to be a little bit more competitive. On the other side, though, it was Chile that had Ray's Bowl in the boys, and they popped off. Good for them. Morocco, 1-1 with USA, 1-1 with Argentina. I'm surprised Morocco didn't 2-0 there, but did not concede. Good for them. And then France dominated, only going head-to-head with Brazil. And then Brazil actually lost to Morocco. Dang, dude. Okay. I mean, impressive for Brazil. I think it just goes to show how good those Moroccans are, man. Which makes sense. And I'm telling you guys, pay attention to all three of them. I mean, Drali's going to continue to go. Nas is going to be that next guy up. Like, there's a reason I was pretty keen on that Moroccan team. Selfishly, I wanted them to go to the grand finals personally. Yeah, I think things going as expected in this group. Brazil, Morocco, and France playing really, really well. USA beat the competition lower than them, but they got smacked. Lost to France. Lost to Chile. I mean, that's the decider right there, isn't it? I think it just goes to show. I mean, when you think comparison's sake for the World Championship, right? A lot of people were like, RMC, in this case, LG, should have went and played. NAS play EU or NA next season. NAS is going to be playing with Oski and Itachi in Europe next season, under what is rumored to be the Ninjas in Pajamas team. If you guys missed out on the roster video, came out yesterday, go check that out. But I think when you compare, like, how is RMC competing internationally, I think they put up a fight, but they fall short. Their off-season event for Shift was against a bunch of teams that either A, weren't competing, or B, just not really trying that much and kind of getting back into the swing of things. Not that I want to disparage their results, because I do think they put in a lot of time to kind of add another element to their gameplay. But yeah, it's a different ballpark, and you guys hit the nail on the head. If USA beats Chile in one of those matches, things flip and then they go in. So it was close to a top four, but I think they would have got smacked in the quarterfinals. In my personal opinion, I think the top four probably would have taken and handled them. They would have been the last seed, so they would have been probably playing Saudi, and it would have not gone well. Yeah, I think a lot of people were kind of losing. If you guys didn't see the funniest stuff, over at the Apex, we were having some fun with Wavy. If you guys don't know, Wavy's new nickname is now Burger. We don't need to go into the reasons why, but there was an ongoing thread with Wavy rooting for NA this weekend, and this just kind of summarized everything.
This is for North America. This is for North America. This is for North America!
So, kind of summarizes how things went. Shoutouts to Burger. Love Wavy. Great kid. We had a lot of fun at the Apex. If you guys want to join us, we're probably going to do a director's cut of going over the land and kind of providing you guys insight and funny jokes and origin stories of all the crazy. But yeah, he I don't know what it was. Like, I wish those were scripted because they are too perfect. And at one point when we were bowling, we all started chanting his nickname for the weekend, which was Burger. And even the announcer, who was using an intercom to all 40 plus lanes in that bowling alley, also started chanting with us Burger, Burger when he was bowling, and then straight into the gutter. It was like picturesque. It was so funny. Man hard spec'd all of his attributes into Rocket League. Fast learner though. But he had 7 pins in 4 frames, which means he had less than 1 pin a bowl. Good times. Anyway, yeah, I think results-wise, other than what could have been between the two, obviously this is a lot closer than we're kind of dogging, but yeah, very, very close for USA to make it in the top 4. If anything, credit to Team Chile. A lot of people believed in them. I was still kind of like here and there on them, and congrats to them for showing up when it matters most. Otherwise, our top 3, pretty expected. I mean, 25-3, 22-6, 21-7, all very good. This is literally the super team with some of the best players in the world. This is Furia, who has proven they have top 4 capability at Worlds. Like, this is a team that has never played together. That's just very talented. So, pretty exciting stuff for that, which then gives us our quarterfinal. which is Saudi versus Chile, which is a very tough first round. Saudi 2-1, 5-0, 3-2, 3. I mean, they kept it close. 3 1-goal games. I don't think there's anything to be shocked about that. That's actually pretty dope. Good for you, Chile. That should give you a lot of confidence going into next season. For like Raise Bowl and the guys coming over to North America. Good for them. That's actually a really good result against Saudi. Brazil, Belgium. Belgium put up a really good fight. It looks like they started out strong. 1-goal game, 2-0, 1-goal game, 3-0, 2-0. So Brazil's offense, which makes a lot of sense. Brazil is kind of a full send team. They are the same thing with Furia, where while they are doing a much better of controlling the ball on defense the last time we saw them, which we haven't seen these teams in a couple months. Good to see that their offense still remains supreme. So Brazil, a powerhouse team. They are relentless. Awesome to see there. France made quick work of Spain. Zero surprise. Nothing against Spain, but we saw the same thing when they played. Team Spain played in the K-Corp event, I'm pretty sure, and they had some competency. They were competitive. But France with this roster, I think, was just absolutely locked. Closer than I expected with a game 1 OT, but I think that was probably going to be the only one that Spain got. Even with the timeout, it did matter. So France looked really good. And then Morocco, Netherlands. I think Morocco just has better talent. Ironically enough, this is kind of the same situation as Super Ole when we went to France and competed at Parents Games Week. We had a really close game 1 and then just couldn't catch back up. That Moroccan team, though, shout out to them. Looking dang good. 5-0, 2-0, 2-1, 4-1. Yeah. That must have been a fun game to cast for James Bott and Jorby. I'm sure that was super entertaining. France, Morocco going to 7. I think that says a lot about that roster. Also, teammates playing each other. Pretty dope on that one with Drawley being on the Moroccan team. But back and forth every other game. That is a series to go and watch. I assume you guys are leaving that in the comments down below. But France, Morocco, game 7 back and forth with an overtime. Alternating games, everyone. So it was just 1 win, 1 win, 2 win, 2 win. I'm sure that was sick. And the fact that it came down to 1 goal, I'm curious on how this goal was made on this one because, and if chat, if you guys know, I'm curious if it was like a last second goal, if it happened very early in the series and France was just able to hold on or what the narrative was on that one. But that's a banger series. That looks incredible. I can't wait to go back and watch that. Saudi in their homeland, 2-1, 2-1, 2-1, 3 1-goal games, and then a 7-3 banger. Jesus. I think they Braziled them at one point, and then they got some garbage time goals, I think I remember hearing. But, man, really, really close series until it wasn't. That's kind of crazy. And then grand finals, Saudi just showed France what's up. France comes out swinging game 8.5 minute. Wow, almost 9-minute OT. Dang, dude. What happened? It was 2 OTs that were super close 1-goal games, and then 6-1 unleash after France calls the timeout, and then 3-2. Yeah, France needed to win this one after that OT. That's tough. Good for Saudi, man. How many times have they been to grand finals, dude? Game 2 turned the series. Was it just because of how long it was and how burnt out everybody was that it really started to trend in their favor? Almost Braziled them. It was 6-1 and then it went 6-2. Ah, okay. It was close then. France did well the first 2 games and a half games and then lost it. Yeah. I mean, that's just a long OT. Plus when the crowd's against you the whole way. Understandable. France been losing to fatigue. Interesting. Saudi also started pre-jumping passes. I'm glad they were feeling confident, man. That's crazy. They started doing that in the OT. That's even crazier. The level of confidence to go for that. Because how many events has Saudi gone to the grand finals and lost? It's like 3, maybe 4. Esports World Cup, they took 2nd. London Major, they took 2nd to G2. I'm trying to think where else. It wasn't Gamers 8 last year. And when they were under Rule 1, let's check Rule 1. Back when it was the Twins. Gamers 8 as well. It was Gamers 8 with Rule 1. They took 2nd there. So that's 3. So yeah, they've had 3 events. The Major, E-League last year, and then this event where they've had 2nd place finishes. They've been so close. So good for the Twins, man. Way to clutch up. That's pretty dope. Seems like it was a good tournament. Again, if you guys have some recommendations on matches that we should go back and watch, let me know in the comments down below. I'm definitely going to check out that French game. French-Morocco looked insane. But that's going to do it for me today. If you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, let me know down below. How was the event overall? Let me know what you guys think. It sounds like a lot of people actually enjoyed it, despite all the like hubbub and hiccups and frustrations coming in. Trust me, a lot of people were like, why didn't you guys schedule the Apex on a different weekend? It's like, dude, we tried. We changed the dates like 3 times. We didn't get any information. We didn't know when they were doing it. So we just had to stick to a date because it's like between shipping and like customs and everything else, we just had to send it. So yeah, tough stuff. Either way, that's gonna do it for me today. Appreciate you guys all tuning in. As always, like, subscribe, notifications. Any questions down below, let me know what your favorite series was and ones I need to go back and watch outside of Morocco and France. But I'm out of here. Peace.